Hello everyone. Welcome to Inspired by Tracy. Today is just a quick catch up on how you've been doing on your academic assignments. So I'm just gonna give you some quick tips. I know a lot of students, they struggle with essay writing. I've done an introduction before on essay writing. If you check on this channel, you'll find an essay titled How to Write a Perfect Academic Assignment. So there are some basic things that you need to do when you are writing your academic assignment. To start with, you need to understand the question. You need to understand if the question is saying evaluate, assess, things like that. You evaluate, you make an assessment, you look for the things that the question is asking for, and then you address those. So if you've been asked to evaluate or illustrate, you've got to show the marker that you are able to evaluate the evidence available in the field. So you kind of have to understand the question, and then you go out there, look, hunt. I would love to call it hunt. Go and hunt for the information based on your subject. If you are writing about pain control for surgical patients, you go and look for information on pain management for surgical patients. If you have to look for surgical journal articles, you have to do that online. Most universities, they have databases where you can look for journal articles. And the IT department, when you are in your first year, they actually teach you how to look for journal articles. That's how I managed to learn how to look for those articles online. And then I had some students who were third years as well. They actually coached me on how to look for journal articles. So it's very important that you are IT compliant, so you know how to use the computer, how to search for journal articles, because it's going to help you a great deal when you are writing your assignment. You can't write an assignment when you don't have proper evidence to back up what you're going to say. Of course, you can say some things from a general perspective, from what you've seen in placements or in life in general, but it needs to be backed up with evidence. Is that right? Okay, so when you are writing your essay, once you've gathered all your evidence, you need to understand the question. Once you've understood it, you need to now to make up your essay, make a rough draft. What are you going to put in the introduction, in the body, and then in the conclusion? What I tend to do is to copy all the learning outcomes. I put them in the body and in the introduction, and then from those learning outcomes, I'm going to form some various topics which I'm going to look for evidence and put through those various topics. So that's how you can come up with a beautiful flowing logical body. So you now go to your introduction and introduce your topic, the question based on the learning outcomes. So you can start by, in this essay I'm going to talk about, the author is going to talk about, this essay discusses, this essay explores. So, and then you go on to mention the topic, and then you go on to mention all the learning outcomes that you're going to cover, and then you can say in after the body a conclusion will be drawn. So once you've done that, you can copy the introduction, put it in the conclusion. So that will be your conclusion, basically. What you've introduced is your conclusion. So because that's what you've talked about in the body. And then you can add to that in your conclusion. Just go through the essay from the beginning, the body, to the bottom. Take some striking points and put them in the conclusion. And then you can obviously read everything together to make sure it's correct. You don't want to submit something that is full of grammatical errors. Do a spell check, read word by word. If you have to do it 7, 10 times, do it. I have done it myself. I've read my essay like 10 times, and you'll be surprised, you will get 80%, 90%. So yeah, what you want is an A grade. So you have to write your essay properly, answer the question, answer the learning outcomes. Your grammar, your English should be proper, academic, reference properly in the essay, and then reference properly on the reference list. If you have to put an appendix, do that just to help to explain what you mentioned in the essay itself. So you have to do that if you have to put appendix. So you have to tell the marker that refer to appendix 1B or something like that. So I think that's much about essay writing. And then what I tend to do as well, I tend to take a piece of paper after I finish writing my essay, and then I take all the references down in the body, and then I match them with all the references on the list, and I make sure I tick them to make sure that they are all on the list. The references in the essay are all on the reference list. So you can't put references in the essay and they're not appearing on the list, or they can be on the list and they are not in the essay. It's not right. So just to help you as well, don't make your sentences too long. Stick to short sentences, like paragraphs and even sentences. Don't make them too long. And then you also need to use the font that your university has advised you to use, and also the spacing between the lines, and then between the paragraphs you follow what your university has told you. And then the referencing as well. Most universities, they use the Harvard referencing, but follow what the university has told you. So the other thing that I can tell you just to help you are some keywords that you can use. They are more of like conjunction words that you can use to help you form a proper essay. You can use words like moreover, more so, to add on, in addition, words like that. Furthermore, on the other hand, you need to use all those words like that, which I'm going to put down in the description box below. So if you have any question regarding essay writing, drop me a comment down below, and I will be happy to respond to your question. But to be honest, from my personal experience, essay writing is not difficult. Once you get the question, start early. Do not wait. Start early. Do your research. Start a draft, and then you can now read everything together and make sure it's making sense. And if you have to get someone to read it, why not? You can do that as well. And the other thing that helps is to discuss with a colleague, maybe the same student in your class, because you are doing the same subject. So as long as you are not copying each other, because you can't copy each other. So you have to be careful. Make sure if you have to ask someone senior or your tutor, do it. You can do a rough draft, like you write half the essay and you ask your tutor to say, am I in the right direction? You send them an email or go and see them. They can send you an email back to say, yes, you are right, or do this and that, or go and sit down with them face to face, and then you make some notes down. So you can pass your essay just to encourage you, but you need to work very hard. You work very hard, and then you can be a successful person. Because when you go out there to work, you will be working on your own with other people, but you are the one doing the job. So you need to be well vested in these things, in nursing topics. You can't ask someone to write the essay for you. You do it yourself. So when you go out there, you are not a risk. You know you can do the job properly from, available evidence. Thank you so much for tuning in to Inspired by Tracy. I hope you've been blessed by this tutorial on how to write a perfect academic assignment. If you have questions, like I said, drop them in the comments below, or you can find me on Facebook as well. If you check me on Gorgeous by Tracy, TRACI on Facebook, you can find me there, or you can check out Inspired by Tracy on Facebook and just drop me a message. Invite more students to watch this tutorial. I believe what I've said in short, it will help them a great deal to pass their essays. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you do so today, and invite your friends as well to subscribe. Until next time, God bless you.